Hey everybody, this is Captain Jeff and welcome to the Real Guy Podcast. I'm dropping some major news on you guys this week. We're coming out with a new series. I have a boat expert, Norm Bekoff, the Boat Critic. And Norm is going to bring us a boat once a week that we're going to talk about.
We're going to talk about a lot of boats, but yeah, we've got a lot to talk about.
But Norm, thanks for being here today in the Lumber Dog Studios. And before we talk about any boats, I want the audience to understand who the hell Norm Bekoff is and why is he a boat critic?
Well, I grew up on boats, and I'm probably just as much of a boat critic as anybody else.
Wow.
Okay, is people who don't have any clue getting into boating.
Oh yes,
okay?
Definitely.
And I suspect it's always been that way to a certain extent. Okay, because you're always going to have a new class of boat owners that come in. Okay, but now what you have is you have this I gotta have it now mentality. Okay, Hatteras is a perfect example. Sea Ray is another example.
Right.
Okay, Sea Ray is trying to respond to the market, but the flip side of the coin is if you want a quality boat, you need to wait for that because it takes time. It takes the craftsmanship takes long. I grew up on boats from the time I was a little kid. Up in Massachusetts, flounder fishing with my old man and my uncle.
So you got the experience,
Yeah.
and Norm, you drive a lot of big boats, so you
Right.
have the credentials as a captain, correct?
Right. Most of your earlier Carolina boats were built with this deep whale belly. Okay. Everybody looks at whatever boat they happen to like in terms of their own boat, not in terms of the generation that the boat was built in.
Right.
The vintage, right, exactly. When I started guiding in Islamorada with my boat, the first time I got down there, almost none of the guys on that dock knew me. And they come sniffing around the boat and they say, well, how fast can your boat go? And I said, well, I cruise about 22 knots. Oh, yeah, well, my Freeman or my Conta's 40 knots.
Right.
And I said, let me ask you a question. I said, we're all within $1 or $2 of each other price-wise for our charters, right? And he said, yeah. I said, let me ask you a question. I said, what's your fuel burn? Oh, never mind, goddammit. Okay, do they want performance? Do they want economy? Do they want economy and performance? And there's the one thing that I got to tell you about any boat, no matter what its vintage is always a compromise somewhere, okay? The compromise in a Carolina boat is there's very little storage space in the hull, okay, because of that flare.
I don't know. I figure, think we can bang out an episode a week?
Absolutely.
You're the
Italian-built boats represent all that is godless and wrong in boat building today. How about Choi Lee? Okay, Choi Lee is building a new boats with Italian designs incorporated in it. So I got into it with a guy who runs charters with a 20-year-old Bayliner demographic. Okay, but they're crap.
I think some people are going to be able to learn something from the series, and I think you got the stamina for it. As I was talking about, you're going to have to deal with all the boat experts.
Okay, and so if one thing goes wrong, if there's something else that will go wrong, that can go wrong, it will go wrong. That's just boats. And if you don't understand that about boats, we're gonna live anyway.
Okay, so you guys can reach out to Norm and talk to him about how much you know more than he does on the Facebook page.
I'm not saying that I know everything either.
Norm the Boat Critic.
Some people are gonna like it. Some people aren't.
People are gonna like it.
I don't really care.